Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my November TBR video. I'm just gonna go slide this over. So I know you guys are probably like, girl, like just a video ago, all we saw was Halloween and now you're in Christmas PJs. And yes, I do realize that we're just in November, but I have an extensive Christmas pajama collection. So in order for me to actually get through all of them and get multiple wear, I gotta start now in November. So I'm in my cozy PJs. I'm about to actually start reading some tonight, and I wanted to share with you guys my TBR. So they are kind of in different sections. So I'm gonna start with my first section, and these are books that I let my family pick for me this summer when we were in Ann Arbor. And I'm actually going to do a reading vlog on these. So I want to actually see if they are as good as they sound. Now, when I read the back of these, I was like, okay, you guys did really, really good. So let me see if they actually, you know, bring what the summary makes it seems like it's going to bring. Now, I've already started this one. It's a little loved. It's Elementary by Elise, Bryant. This is a cute mystery, and it is about a Black woman named Mavis. She's one of the only Black or women of color who has kids at her school, her daughter's school, and she has been asked by the PTA president, her daughter's best friend's mother, to be the DEI president for their PTA. And this PTA mom is she kind of out there. She be power tripping and stuff. And she actually gets in a fight, and this is all in the back. She actually kind of gets in it with the principal, the new principal of the school. And after that PTA meeting, while Mavis is walking her dog, she sees Trisha, who's the PTA president, dragging a bag outside of the school. So we're trying to figure out, because guess what? The principal did not show up to school the next day. All that's on the back. So basically, she is trying to figure out what happened with someone else in the book. And so far, I love it. It's definitely a light thrill. So if you are somebody who likes like mysteries and thrillers or even like horrors, but you want something a little lighter, you don't want something so heavy and maybe as spooky, I think this is a good mystery to go to. This one was my sister's pick. This one my daughter picked. It's called The Housekeepers. It's about a housekeeper who was fired from a job, and then her and like a bunch of other housekeepers go in to like seek revenge during this party on the person who fired her. So that's what this one is about. The next one, and this one is by Alex Hay. And I can't remember. I said my sister picked this one. My daughter picked The Housekeepers. And then we have Missing White Woman, picked by my sister, by Kellye, Garrett. This one is about a woman who, I can't remember if like she woke up and her boyfriend was missing, a Black woman who woke up and her boyfriend was missing, or she woke up and they were together, but the body of this dead white woman who had been missing was in the apartment when they got up. I can't remember exactly what it was, but either way, this dead white woman who's been all over the news is inside the apartment when she wakes up. So she's actually trying to figure out what happened and how she got there. So that one is definitely a lot more thrilling than the other. And then I feel like The Housekeepers is probably going to be kind of like a little light thrill type of book. Assassins Anonymous by Rob Hart. My daughter picked this one, and I think this one, based off of reading it, I think it's going to be more of a funny mystery, because it's about these former assassins actually going to AA, Assassins Anonymous, to get a support group for their former career, but then someone finds out about them and is trying to like take them out. The last one in this group is called Old King by Maxium, Loskutoff. Now, my dad picked this out. This one is actually considered Western psychological and like something else, but I can't remember. So it's not something like I typically read, but he was like, oh, what about this one? And I read the inside cover and I actually thought it was pretty interesting. I can't remember the details, but I know when I read it, I was like, oh, this actually sounds good. So very excited to kind of get into this one and actually see, is it as good as it sounds? So those are my first set of books. The next set is Just books that I had been kind of looking at on my TBR that I wanted to read right now. One is called One of Us Knows. This is a thriller by Alyssa Cole. This is actually a Black author, and this is her second thriller. Her first one is When No One Is Watching. I really like that one. I read it earlier this year. She does have other books, but they're not thrillers. So this one and When No One is Watching is her other one. I can't remember exactly what this is about, but it definitely sounds spooky. And based off of this cover, I know it seems like very different. Just reading the summary from the first one. The first one reminded me more of like Get Out vibes. And this one is kind of just more on that thriller kick. The next one, if you know, you already know, I'm a big fan of the Thursday Murder Club mystery series. It's by Richard Osman. These are fun mysteries. This one is called The Last Devil to Die. I have to see if he's dropping another one this year because he's been dropping them consistently since 2020. So he should have book 5 coming out this year. But this is book 4. I've been trying to wait because I'm like, once I read this, I truly have no other book to read about these amazing characters. It's about these 4 friends who live in a very fancy retirement community together. They're sharp as nails and they solve these like really big murders. Now, the next 2 books are picks that people, either a friend has recommended. So the first one, The Nothing Man by Catherine Ryan Howard. I am very excited to read this. My friend, she is into thrillers and really into horrors. She recommended this one along with a couple others, and I haven't read any that she's recommended yet. So I really want to dive into one so we can compare notes. We read a lot of the similar books, so I really want to like get into some of the ones she recommended for me. And then Jackal by Erin Adams. I don't know what either of these are about. I can't remember. But my friend from work actually was like, this is a really good one. This is written by a Black author as well. So definitely excited to jump into that because I honestly didn't really have too many Black thriller authors on my list. So it's cool to, you know, be able to have books by Black authors that are thrillers and fit the genres that I like. One moment. Okay, so I have my mini tarts in the oven for my dessert, so I had to go turn that off. But anyway, the next book, the next 2 are just other books that have been on my TBR that I feel like I definitely want to read in the fall and winter season. So the first one in that group is The Only Good Indians, and this by my guy, Stephen Graham Jones. I'm excited to read this because this is not supposed to be anything like his other books I've read, like the Indian Lake trilogy or I Was a Teenage Slasher. Is not slasher horror. It is Native American folklore horror. So I'm very excited to read this one and just see how it compares to his other books and whether he has wrapped up that wordiness in this one. This is actually an older one, so I'm really excited to read that. And this one, Small Town Horror, this book is by Ronald Malfi, and I actually had it on my TBR for October, and I didn't get to it, but I really want to read it because there is something about like thriller horror books on islands that make me think, I know most people might think like summer, but it really does make me feel like and think about fall and like winter vibes. So I am very excited to get into this one. So this is like a very ambitious TBR. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books. And seeing as the highest I've ever read is 10, that's pretty ambitious. So I'm going to see how well I can do and how many of these I can actually get through. But I'm excited, and I may, you know, change it up, add a few more, or take certain ones off, just depending on how I feel, because I have started just kind of pulling from my list instead of reading them in the order that I bought them, because that's really what I used to do. So this is what I am thinking about finishing or reading this month, but you never know. So what are you guys reading on your TBR? Have you read any of these? Are you interested in reading any of these? How are you doing? You know, are you ready for this fall season? Because I am. So yeah, that's it. My name is Sarah, for those of you who are new here. If you are, thank you for coming along. Join our family. For those of you who keep coming back, thank you so much. And I'll see you in the next one.